What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Thief 2: The Metal Age. Years ago, I tried to start doing walkthroughs for the Dark Project, the first game. Never finished them, but I just want to go to the second game because, in my opinion, it's the superior game, and it's the true stealth game. Anyways, the first level, we have running interference. We can't choose a loadout for this level, and this is the only level without lockpicks, but I should explain what we're doing for the game. We're going to ghost the game as much as possible on expert difficulty. So the first thing we need to do is go in through the basement door, loot some money off the desk, pick up that silver key on the molding on the wall to unlock that door. And then we'll check this next room right here, which has a little bit of loot in there. There's some cheese, but we don't need any cheese. So, equip your water arrows for the bow so that we can douse this torch to create shadow so that we're not hiding, or so that we're hidden from those guards looking right out the window. Loot this room by opening up the three chests in this room, like so. And now we'll go into here, pick up that flash bomb, and then there's a lever hidden under this table to the far left, right there. That will reveal a secret here with another flash bomb, a healing potion, and a loot bag which has some gems in it. Every level has most levels, not every level, has a loot quota. You have to steal a minimum of a certain amount of loot. And in this one, pickpocket his wallet and then equip your blackjack to knock him out. In this level, you have to steal a certain amount of loot, but 200 of it has to be worth of gems. And the gems are very scarce in this level. Two of which are hidden within secrets, including that first one I just found. So we need to go through this kitchen now. We're going to have to knock out this cook or servant or whatever he is. Let him go to either end of the room. In this case, he's going to the far right where the wine cellar is. And then quickly blackjack him unconscious, steal his wallet off of him, and just to be safe, go ahead and hide the body. There should be 3 golden wine bottles that you can steal on this wine rack. And there's also a well-hidden speed potion, which is another secret. Before you ask, I'm not going through the effort of finding every secret in every level, but I will be getting a lot of them. There's only 3 secrets in this level, and I'm going to be getting them all. So this dumbwaiter is going to take us up towards the dining room, where we can loot all this gold stuff, and we can pickpocket that green key off of the guard. We want to do that because we're going to need this key to unlock some of the doors. Because this is the only level in the game where we don't have our lockpicks with us. I know I'm kind of... Oh, loot right there in the sack. I know I'm kind of explaining a lot of things without context. So you really need to try the game out for yourself to kind of get a feel of all the equipment you have and the stuff you can do. That way you can watch these walkthroughs and kind of fully understand what I'm doing, but I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. Like, I've done walkthroughs for the majority of Thief: The Dark Project. I don't know if I'll ever finish them, though, because there's too many levels in the first game that I just straight up dislike. Knock out this guard. Hide the body if you want to, but it's not really necessary. More loot can be found in, not this room, but the next one I'm going to enter. There's like 3 or 4 chests that you can get some money from. There you go. And proceeding onwards, we're going to go up to the main floor where most of our knockouts are going to happen. Because I know I said I'm trying to ghost the game as much as possible, but this level is one of two where knockouts are unavoidable. Because, especially on expert difficulty, you have an objective to knock out at least 8 people. So you can't beat the level without all those knockouts. So back here is some silver and gold. Go ahead and get it. Just move the crates out of the way and get the silver and gold. And then we'll loot some stuff over here. I think it's just a wallet. Yep. And then we'll head upstairs. So first we're going to knock out a guard that patrols this corridor. He's going to be to the left. We just missed him, so we're going to wait for him to come back. He also has a wallet on him that we're going to pickpocket. In this level, any guards with wallets or things you can pickpocket, it's easier to pickpocket it while they're conscious as opposed to taking it while they're unconscious. And of course, make sure you're using the blackjack to whack them unconscious, because on expert difficulty, you are forbidden from killing anyone in every single level. I'm pretty sure every single level forbids killing, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, the guard's coming back. Let him turn around. Go ahead and pickpocket his wallet and then blackjack him. And then we will hide this body just to make sure it's hidden. And now, the door to the right, the green key that we pickpocketed earlier will open it. Now we need to knock out the guard in this area. So let's wait for him to come downstairs. And then we'll whack him. And now, while this area is empty, we'll go ahead and extensively loot it. I don't think there's anything in these downstairs rooms, if I'm not mistaken. But I checked them anyway. Because when you're collecting loot in this game, you basically have to explore thoroughly, especially on expert where the loot quotas are relatively high. So in this room, there's a switch hidden under that little table with the plant on it, revealing another secret. And in there is a nice little crown that has gems on it. So that gets us closer to our gem quota for this level. And then just check everything out. There shouldn't be anything else beyond what I've already taken. And let us proceed. So we'll go back downstairs. And now we'll go through the corridor. We're going to want to enter basically a literal concert performance room, or a music room, or whatever you want to call it. That's not it. This is. There's some money on the table right here. And then there's a flute on that table that's actually loot, so make sure you take it. Just for extra shadow cover, go through that room to get to the main hallway here. Be careful here in the main hallway. The patrolling guard in this opposite corridor, we don't want him coming this way to see us, but as I made this, he was nowhere near seeing us, so no worries there. Two guards that we got to deal with. Him, he just walks back and forth within a very short distance. And then the other guard is going to come right there. So this was kind of tricky timing, but thankfully it worked out. We can whack him, and then we will whack him. Now, this last guard we're knocking out is going to be the hardest to knock out, because the room is super bright, and his patrol path is just walking in circles. You can't really sneak up on him, which is why we are going to use a flash bomb to temporarily blind him, and then we can run up and whack him with the blackjack. He's not in here, he's in the next room. So throw the flash bomb when he's looking at you, but be very careful that he doesn't fully detect you. Look away so that the flash bomb doesn't blind you, and very quickly run up and whack him. This is the same guard that we looted the key off of in that little dumbwaiter. We couldn't really knock him out from the dumbwaiter, so we had to do it that way. Unfortunately, there's no way to have gas arrows in this level, or gas mines, or at least as far as I'm aware, which would have been really nice for that guard, but it is what it is. Now, aside from a couple guards in the basement, and then the two out in the front courtyard where we're not going to go, we basically have this place to ourselves as we continue looting. So, we want to go up here. There's some gems on that ring right there. And then there should be another crown somewhere. I think it's right there. Yep. That completes the loot quota of at least 600, and then 200 of it in gems. And the gems, again, are in that secret in the basement, where I took that little wallet. The secret on the top floor at the other end. Oh, the silver key that we took at the beginning of the level will unlock that door. The secret in the upstairs bedroom at the opposite end, where I found that crown, hidden in the wall behind the bed. And then there's the other crown and the ring that's in the upstairs bedroom that we just got out from. That's where all the gems are. So basically, everything that has gems on it that's in this level, you've got to find. So once we're done looting, we got to go back out where we started, and we have a whistle called a bird call. Once you're outside, you got to use it, and this will signal Basso here to start entering the house and running down a preset path to rescue Genevieve, I think her name was, in the room that she's locked up in. So, just to make sure he's safe, we'll follow him, even though it's not at all necessary. You could just wait outside if you really want to. So if you look at the map, you'll see that Basso's path is drawn out. So, I should mention that knocking out 8 people, that's only an objective if you're playing on Expert. But even if you're not playing on Expert, you are required to knock out a minimum of 3 in order for Basso's path to be clear. Because the guards will react to him. So, unfortunately, even on a lower difficulty, you can't truly ghost this level. But thankfully, like I said, this is one of 2 levels in the game that requires any knockouts at all. So, the vast majority of the game is going to be truly ghosted, where we will make sure no guards ever truly aggro and detect us. They may hear us or perceive us or may get distracted enough where they actively try to find us, but we're not going to let them actually discover us where they aggro. So just let Basso and Genevieve backtrack down the same exact path, Yeah, those guards won't see them because we doused that torch with a water arrow. So they're literally blind now. Alright, once we're outside, the mission's complete. Alright, that takes care of it. So this is just the beginning. I'll see you as we continue.